What's up, bitches? We're back. I'm McStud.
I'm Mrs. McStud.
Yeah.
You having a bad hair day?
Nah, every day.
Oh.
Anyways, it's Tuesday. Titty Tuesday. Grab some titties. Pull them up. Let me show them titties.
Hey!
Oh.
At least I have a tank top on.
We can't show the titties on video. But I'm going to see them. I promise you that. She got
Are you going to suck on them too?
She got a shower later, and yes, I might stick my head in the shower while you're in there.
Hey.
Anyways, it's not Titty Tuesday, but it can be Titty Tuesday. It's Malt Liquor Tuesday. The day after we gave you a taste of who we really are. Hopefully that helped a lot of you gain some understanding into our lives. YouTube is just a fun venture. It's a hobby. I enjoy it. I love it. I got Miss McStud into loving it. I still remember Miss McStud's very first video. It was about proper summer attire. And you could tell you had the jitters. You're not used to being in front of the camera.
Yeah.
That was a classic video. Miss McStud's first, but you have morphed into who you are.
Yeah.
And you're so much more comfortable now. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Cheers, Miss McStud. Malt liquor. That's tasty. How's your Mickey's?
Amazing.
Miss McStud's puzzle time. Do 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 do.
Don't do that because I can't solve it. You might be doing that for a minute.
Time's up. Please answer in the form of a question. What? Are you having troubles?
Yes.
Uh-oh. Can I look at it?
Don't say it though.
Well, I won't. Wow. Is that an ice cube in the middle? I don't know.
It's melting or just an ice cube or something. I don't know.
I'm not sure. We'll have to ponder that one. Let's give everyone a look. I don't know if you guys can see that. It looks like a U, a golf ball with a T, and a person pointing at himself with a C, an ice cube, and a Y. I don't know. So, how was your day, Miss McStud?
It was a typical Tuesday.
Day after Wednesday. Or Monday.
Ew.
Yeah.
I was like, really?
Let me rephrase that. It's a Tuesday, the day after Monday. Monday, everyone, did you have a case of the Mondays?
Yesterday? Yeah.
Did I ever show you the scene from Office Space about, sounds like somebody's got a case of the Mondays?
Yeah. I want to watch that whole movie. Really.
I was talking about that at work.
Oh, Lord.
And Joe and I were like, he's got a picture of the two guys interviewing the people that come there to check things up behind his board. I was like, the wife's never seen Office Space. And everything she tells me at work describes Office Space. I started showing her bits and pieces of it, and now she wants to watch it. And I used to own it, I don't own it anymore, so I can't just like put it on for her. But yeah, we're going to get Miss McStud into some Office Space. Got a big weekend coming up. In UFC, two of our favorite fighters, Donald Cowboy Cerrone and Conor McGregor are fighting. I believe at 170.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, should be a fun fight. Can't wait for that.
Yeah.
I've been waiting for that since I heard it was announced. And next month, John Jones fights. Yes. So, we got a pay-per-view to look forward to Saturday.
We usually buy the John Jones fights.
Yeah, we usually do. Also, in the next couple weeks, we got Bad Boys for Life.
Bad Boys, yeah.
We're looking forward to that as well. A lot of good shit coming up. Exciting. Really excited about the Bad Boys for Life. The more footage I see on TV and on my timeline, different scenes I haven't seen. Looks good. Looks like some classic Bad Boys. Love some Bad Boys since the first one.
We need to plan on when we're gonna go.
Yeah, I know.
So I'm gonna have to get a babysitter.
Mm-hmm. Fuck it. Put them in the pool. They'll be fine.
Ew.
Like the pool.
Right?
That we never got drained.
It's like 20 degrees out.
It's not 20 degrees.
At least it still has the cover over it, just on top of the water.
It's a lot of it's in the water.
Well, it's still there.
It's a goddamn mess. I look at that pool and I'm like, you raggedy bitch. Malt liquor. Ah.
I know who's gonna be cleaning that.
Yeah, well, it's gonna have to be a hot day. We're gonna have to get one of those big brushes. I have to get in the bitch with a water hose and spray the bitch out. I'll do it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to apply some sunscreen. The worst thing that sucks is when we got the pool filled, and they brought the trucks in. They rolled these big hoses out. They start putting it in. That water was frigid. I'm like, oof. I mean, the sun was out. I got a little bit of sunburn from that day.
Yeah.
You're trying to de-wrinkle the bottom and shit. And like,
because we'll have to get it filled again with the trucks.
Yeah.
We'll have to drain all that.
Yeah. It's just we never really had time.
Well, I was working 2 jobs.
Yeah.
And
It just didn't work out.
it didn't. And the house really needs 2 adults at all
Yeah,
times.
this is true. This is true. In other news, the Houston Astros are in some shit for their sign stealing thing, and someone from the Red Sox got fired today too. When I was checking the news for the video, from the same sign stealing thing.
Oh Lord.
I don't know what was involved there. I just happened to glance over it. The Democratic debate is on tonight. I think we should tune into that because it's important to stay up to date on current events and politics.
Is it?
Yes, because we always do. That's the first thing I look. I get the Wall Street Journal every week and I read it on the shitter.
Oof. That does not happen at our house.
No, it doesn't. I see if the Wall Street Journal was ever delivered here, I'd be like, you know what? That's a good fire starter.
If the kids ever had to watch those elections for social studies or whatnot, I'd be like, glad you got a TV.
Dude, my uncle was awesome. The cool one I always stayed with. But he watched that stuff.
Oh my God.
Yeah, he always watched the Republican National Convention or the Democratic National Convention on TV.
I'd have people walk through my lines at Meijer with their phones on, tuned in to that shit. I'm like watching it, and I'm like, fucking really?
Ugh, yeah.
And they were just having it sit at the top of their cart, and I'm like, okay.
And he always had CNN on. I like to watch CNN. I'm like, as a kid, like, what the fuck wants to watch CNN? Bunch of bullshit. It's bullshit as a kid, it's bullshit as an adult. Nothing's changed.
No.
Different year, same bullshit. The only thing that varies is the bullshit evolves into other issues, and which ultimately leads to the continuous pussification of America. Oof. That's all I can say about that.
Pretty much.
So, I was looking through my closet. I'm like, what can we discuss tonight? How many of you motherfuckers had one of these growing up? The CD case. Full of CDs for the CD player in your vehicle. Or at home. So I was like, maybe I could look through and see what I have. However, most of them are just ones I've burnt. I believe that's called piracy. Let's see. We've got a Drake and a Take Care. Remember when I bought that Drake album at Target when you were working in Anderson? Yes, I was super excited about that. I got a whole Michael Jackson burnt CD of just various Michael Jackson songs, which I have every album on my hard drive of his. Just a full Dr. Dre album. Here's some blanks. I just wanted to go through and see what was in here. T-Pain, blanks, all compilation. Oh, that's probably me. Chicago. Remember the Chicago CD?
Yes.
Might even put that in a car.
Yeah,
that'd be enjoyable
you just
listen
take shit away from me. And
I don't take anything. When we had the van, the set in there, and we just threw it in the closet. Lil Dicky, professional rapper, which I think his album might be finally coming out this year. He put a big post on it.
Oh, really?
Yes, about how his show's coming out and how he's still a rapper and he's got a lot of good music he's been working on for the past 4.5 years. Another Lil Dicky, R. Kelly. I love the dude's music. His personal life is a whole other fucking story.
It's a mess.
It's a goddamn mess. He should probably be beaten and stoned like they do people in the Middle East.
Oof.
He should be stoned if he's really fucking with kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, stone him. Then we have old J. Cole, Forest Hills Drive. Classic. Platinum album. Yeah, I was like, well, let's see what we have in here. I didn't know what I had.
I have a whole other one.
Yeah.
Of ours.
At my mom's house, I got all the original CDs I ever had in a bag.
Oh, Lord.
Like, I don't know if you guys remember back in the day, No Limit. They all had the plastic, different colored album, like Masterpiece.
I didn't get them.
Each one had like a different color, like plastic.
Oh.
It was different, and yeah. Back in high school when I was in my marijuana smoking days, I kept my rolling papers and shit to break it up in a CD case in my CD rack. Because no one ever looked there. And then once I had a little bag, I'd throw it in there too. And then once I got all my CDs back, I was going through making sure all the CDs were in the right place. I opened up the Soak the Shocker album. I'm like, oh, that shit's still in there. Which was a one of the cards I used to help break it up was a hotel room card key from one of my high school trips. Oof. For Decca. Yes. Oh, good times. I remember where were we at? We went to Grand Rapids, and I forget the other place we went to. Might have been Michigan. Anyway, we're in a hotel. Everyone brought weed. So we're in the hotel room smoking out the window. Not thinking about anyone looking down, and someone downstairs saw us, and they figured out the room number. And then we're sitting there in the door. There's a knock at the door. And they tell me to answer it. I'm like, why, if anyone, need to pick me? Because you look the least high. Okie dokie. So I'm trying to act normal. I open the door. And I'm like, yeah. And I turn around to my friends. And when I turned around, I didn't realize he did this. He goes, like, he was a cool guy. He's like, just stop smoking. He was like, they see you downstairs. I'm like, oh, okay. Because we all bought a bag of weed for the trip.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
And that's dumb. If any kids are watching this, do not do that.
This is true. This is true. Not until it's fully legalized. Which it wasn't legal back then. Made a lot of dumb decisions. Could have gotten a lot of trouble for some shit that should be legal, but, as a kid, you don't think about that stuff. And I've grown up a lot.
But as soon as it is legal.
Well, that's a different story.
Then we might sit here and drink beer and... smoke some...
They're working on that federal level marijuana. Of legalization. And I forget, one state actually banned employers for firing people for testing positive for marijuana because it was legal in the state.
Well, I disagree with that. Because... it does hinder your abilities.
Yeah, I agree.
And that's just like, I can't open a beer.
Yeah, right.
Or go to lunch and drink a beer. And then
I agree. And not everyone smokes weed the same. Not everyone's Snoop Dogg. They can smoke and to be totally functional. And there's a lot of people that can be functional. There's a lot of people that smoke and they're like,
That'd be me.
It just varies by person to person, But yeah, it is what it is. But at least if they were to not be high and they tested them for marijuana and it's in their system, even when they weren't high at the time.
That's understandable.
Say they got in an incident at work and you got injured and you got to get a drug test and it pops up in your system. You may not have been high at that time.
But
and you had a person you knew that was high or had it in his system and went to jail for it.
He had it in his system and he had smoked it
Mm-hmm.
a couple days prior or
Mm-hmm.
something, and he had a car wreck that killed his 2-year-old, and he went to jail.
Yeah.
He's out now, but he did go to prison.
Yeah.
And everything. Like, this has been years ago. But...
And it was something he wasn't doing at the time, but it was in the system, so they popped him for it. And that's unfortunate. But at the same...
punished enough. So.
Yeah. On the same note, it's not legal in the state of Indiana. So, do the smart thing and just refrain. Even if you go to other states, like if you go to Colorado where it's legal, or California, the recreational states. I think Michigan didn't legalize recreational use.
It was Michigan or Illinois because they were lined up outside.
Oh, Michigan just did it this week. And I think the states all around Indiana are going to it, but Indiana's still being hardcore, just like they've been about the beer on Sundays, Sunday sales of beer.
It took us, what, like 10, 12 years to fucking
And who was the first person to buy
Sunday?
beer on a Sunday? The goddamn governor. Cheers to him. Malt liquor. And we definitely did go and purchase some alcoholic beverages
on
the first Sunday, just to say we could do it. Now, I mean, the hours are a little restricted, which is still silly.
It is.
But the sales are still allowed. I look forward to the day when... Remember when we went to Kentucky? Or we stayed in Kentucky at that hotel for the casino in Indiana?
Yes.
And we had that gas station right by us, and we went in there and it said, like, you can buy a single beer. Like we do in Kentucky Kingdom. They had the 40s and the beer. They had the beer section in the Speedway. It was nice. It was nice.
Do that.
That's where I got the Steel Reserve glass bottle in Kentucky, which is on my shelf, by the way. Kept that bitch because you can't find that here. You can find the plastic ones, but not the end But I did end up drinking all that on a video. We didn't plan on it, but it just happened.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good times. Great oldies. Malt liquor.
I wouldn't mind going back there.
Mm-hmm. Or Kentucky? Mm-hmm. We need to go down there to...
But it's not so hot, so we can ride a roller coaster.
Yeah, but we also need to go down there for that little town right past the state line. It's in Indiana. That has butt drugs. They sell T-shirts and stuff called butt drugs. I love butt drugs. Remember the billboards we saw?
Oh, yeah.
I love butt drugs.
Is it a regular store?
It's a pharmacy.
So we can take the kids there?
Yeah, it's just a pharmacy, and they sell. I guess it's like a CVS or a Walgreens, to my understanding, but they sell merchandise. Because I'm guessing the last person's name was Butt, and butt drugs. And I don't know if when it was created that they thought that this would be a funny thing. But then if you go right across the state line from Kentucky on the interstate, there's that Cox Smokers store I've always wanted to get a picture at.
Yeah.
Yeah, and a lot of people know about that if they went down to Kentucky because they see Cox Smokers and it's just a funny thing. I remember my uncle would take me down to Kentucky to go on Lake Cumberland and shit, and we'd be driving through and I'd see Cox Smokers as a kid. I'm like, Cox Smokers. That's funny as a kid. It's like looking up sex in the Encyclopedia Britannica at your local library.
Oof.
Yeah. Oh, or, God, I remember kids telling us they're looking up cuss words in the dictionary. That's what we had to do as kids. We didn't have cell phones. We didn't have the internet.
We didn't have anything.
You looked up bullshit in the dictionary and the encyclopedia.
And then laptop.
Penis. Oh, there's penis in the dictionary.
They don't even know what it is today. Today
many
they
years.
rely on Wikipedia, which is
I mean, there was a day when people had to go to the video store to buy pornos or rent pornos. Now you just get online and find anything you want. Or they had to get the porno magazines.
Eef.
I remember as a kid, my grandma's house, which I showed you on Google Earth, had the upstairs. There's 3 rooms upstairs. And the one room we usually slept in had an attic. It was a little midget door. You kind of duck down, but when we were kids, you didn't have to duck down. Inside there was all kinds of shit. But my dad apparently left a box of dirty magazines in there. So we'd always go up there on everyone's bed and check out the dirty magazines. He had like Hustlers. Wasn't Playboys. It was like the dirty ones, like Hustler and Swank, some other shit. Like
People, I've never heard of Swank.
When the bitches are like open their pussy and shit, and yeah, but at the same token, they had much better cartoons, comics, and shit in them than Playboy ever did.
Yeah, but you weren't watching that or looking for those.
Oh no, we did go through those. We went through every page and we'd start reading those things. And there was one about this dude with a little long squirrely dick, and he'd stick it in this Proctor Silex. It was like a toaster. Had some really funny comics. Yeah, I mean, yeah, we definitely were looking at the girls at the time as kids because like you never seen that. I'm like, oh shit, that's a woman naked. That's what it looks like. But you know. Yeah.
I can't believe you looked at that shit with your cousins.
Well, I mean, we're kids.
I never did that shit though, like with my
know.
friends or anything like that. I never like.
No, we got bored. Like we'd be at the house. Like there was nothing to do. We had a Nintendo. We had the Nintendo with the power pad and the gun. So you played Duck Hunt. The Duck Hunt, I think, was the only game that utilized the gun that we had. But then,
it was, yeah.
I got my mom had my uncle pick up from Dayton a Nintendo for my Christmas for 1 year. It came with the power pad. It had the 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 little round spots you could run on.
Oh.
It had a track and field game. So as kids, we'd sit there and play that. See how fast we go. Then we realized this is a lot of work. What if we get our hands and knees
You could just use your hands
and go? And we fucking kicking ass at that bitch. Mm-hmm. But there was, I think we rented one other game that utilized the power pad, and it was a beast. I can't remember what the fuck it was, but we got tired. We're like, what the fuck is this game? Like, you couldn't even use your hands for it. Like, you had to actually. I'm like, this game sucks. I'm like, playing video games shouldn't be this game hard. At least in the track and field game, most of it was sprinting. It was all sprinting.
Yeah.
And then hurdles. So when you did a hurdle, you had to come off the pad and then drop. Mm-hmm. So you would do with your fists and then land and fucking do it again. Yeah. Yeah. Another funny story about that, when I got my Sega Genesis, they had the Evander Holyfield's Real Deal Boxing. It was like a side-by-side boxing. There was no like moving around, just side-by-side. So you just had to punch body and head. And then they came off with one called Greatest Heavyweights, which I had. And it had like the old school boxers in it. They're really good. And I remember every Christmas and Thanksgiving, you know, we'll all get together and my cousin would stay at my house or I'd stay at their house. And that year I ended up staying at their house. So we're playing Greatest Heavyweights. My uncle was just kind of amazed at the graphics at it. And they had a ring girl. When she's walking, her titties bounce.
Seriously?
Yeah. He's like, her tits even bounce.
Ew. They don't even do that on today's shows.
But I was like,
even well, maybe that's because they don't, I mean, they have boobs, but just enough to see them. Not enough to get them to.
Yeah, but it was just funny. I remember that. He was like, the woman's tits are bouncing. I think that was like a 32-bit system. I can't. Nintendo was 8. It might have been a 16-bit. It was, you know, a nice upgrade, but still some cheesy graphics. But at the time, it was like they're trying to make realistic people. Now look at today's games. With Call of Duty and like the PS5 coming out.
Now you can have sex in a car on GTA and watch it bounce.
Well, hell, now we have that virtual reality shit.
Yeah.
You ever seen some of the videos? I saw this video. I think it was. I didn't play the audio, but it looked like a parent walked in on their kid, and he was doing like some gay sex virtual reality, and he's like cupping the balls and pretending to suck her dick, and he takes it off and. Like, that's what you gotta look forward to now as parents.
Yeah.
We don't have any virtual reality systems in this house. Thank God.
Actually,
no, that shit you for your cell phone's not the same.
Oh, okay.
That's different. Like it's supposed to simulate the virtual reality, but there's actually a VR system.
Oh.
For certain games.
Oh, okay.
You can play. But yeah, shit's crazy. But yeah, it's Tuesday. We made actually, you cut the chicken, but I cooked some spectacular chicken, apparently, according to everyone in the house.
Bitch, please, I was working.
You were. But we made boiled chicken breast, well seasoned, boiled in chicken broth, and macaroni and cheese, and stuffing, which we've had since. Oh no, we got that specifically for the crock-pot meal.
No, we got that specifically
Was that
for Thanksgiving.
Oh, that's the Thanksgiving.
Cook.
Oh, I couldn't remember if we had to dump that out or not.
No, because that was turkey.
The Thanksgiving one, our stove blew out in the midst of cooking everything for Thanksgiving dinner, which is like the biggest kick in the dick ever. I'll never forget that. Well, that's always gonna be a memory. Remember we were cooking Thanksgiving dinner and the fucking stove went out? We couldn't finish everything, so we had to go to Meijer to buy fucking mashed potatoes and macaroni and cheese.
In the Bob
Evans family size boxes. Which, by the way, it's really good. Bob Evans makes some really good mashed potatoes and macaroni and cheese. If you guys ever need it. We needed it, and it was really tasty. Because we couldn't heat anything up in the oven, so we had to microwave the bitch. But for microwavable shit, that was top notch. It really was. And it was a good substitute, but it wasn't what we wanted. And we were waiting for that damn stuffing too with the turkey. Because at least the turkey cooked fully before the stove went out. We cooked a turkey for 5 fucking hours. At least that bitch cooked. And it wasn't like half raw. And we had no turkey.
That would have been horrible.
Oh my God, I would have shit my pants. Frozen pizzas for Thanksgiving, kids.
We tried.
What's that? The Christmas story when they go to the Chinese restaurant and they get a goose or something?
Oh God.
Anyways, it's good bullshitting with you.
Hey, we eat Chinese on Christmas.
We actually ate at a Japanese restaurant. You forgot your ID.
But we had Chinese this year on Christmas.
Oh yeah,
Day.
we did. Yeah, we did. It was delicious.
It was.
But I still never forget the Christmas. It was just me and you, and we went to a Japanese hibachi grill, and drove. It was like 20 minutes to get there. And she's like, I forgot my ID, because that was my first sake bomb.
You didn't get mad at me.
I didn't get mad at you. I was like, well, there's nothing better. We had nothing else to do.
No.
I mean, it was just, it was what it was. So we drove back home.
It was a memory.
Went back. It was a memory. When we went there, it was really good food. I got my first sake bomb. It was on video.
Yes.
So it was cool. It works out. We'll never forget that day. We don't get days like that very often. But it was cool.
Yeah.
That's when we got our Keurig from your parents.
Yes.
Yes, it was. Anyways, I'm McStud.
And Mrs. McStud?
The real McStud. The real Mr. McStud.
Eef!
We will catch you bitches tomorrow for hump day.